this is another piece of cool behind the scenes tech that is not being talked about. The new Pixel 8 Pro display is much more power efficient than Samsung or Apple. What does that mean? That means when your display is on like this, and you're just using your phone as normal, or you're watching a YouTube video, or you're watching a video that you recorded of your dog playing a wiffle ball, whatever, the power consumption of your display is considerably less than compared to Samsung or Apple. As far as the amount of how much it drains your battery, how much energy your display is consuming is very, very, very small. That leads to better battery life and more screen on time for you, the end consumer. After some testing, it was discovered that the Pixel 8 Pro can reach its peak brightness using only 47% of the power when compared to its predecessor. Courtesy of its Super Actua display, the Pixel 8 Pro display is more power efficient than Apple's iPhone 14 Pro Max and Samsung Galaxy's S23 Ultra. Consumers may find the changes in a positive light as the Pixel 7 Pro had severe battery drain issues with its display when launched in October of last year, 2022. As detailed by Dylan Raga of XDA on X, formerly known as Twitter, the Pixel 8 Pro's display can apparently attain peak brightness of its predecessor only using 47% of the power of the previous version. This speaks volumes in the latest device's power efficiency, as it only took 3 watts. Wow, that's amazing. To reach 960 nits, while the Pixel 7 Pro required 6.4 watts to achieve the same brightness. So it's basically using half the power. The display is using basically half amount of the power as previous generations of devices. Here we have a chart. Display peak luminance versus device power. So you get power on the bottom, how much power it's taking to power the brightness of the display going on the y-axis. And you can see when you get up to, what are we at, 1,000 nits, it's only using 3 watts. So the Pixel 8 Pro is in the red, the dark red up here. So it can attain more power it can attain more brightness using less amount of watts. Now look how far behind the Pixel 7 Pro is. I've been having extremely good battery life. The best battery life I've ever had on any mobile device in history of my usage. I haven't really been testing it so much as of the last few days, but I think even as maybe 4 or 5 days ago, there's a good 3 to 4 day stretch where I was really testing to see how much screen time and battery life I can get out of this device. Well, if I really tried, I can get a day and a half. I was getting 10 hours of screen on time since the last full charge. 10 hours. When majority of my devices I use probably get, I would say, 5 to 6. So yeah, I'm basically right on line, because look, a lot of my usage, I'm not going to lie, is YouTube. If I'm not watching a YouTube show, I'm listening to a YouTube podcast while the screen is on. I'll be watching or listening to a show like just right now, right? So I'm watching a show. The YouTube show is minimized, but the screen still stays on. So I'll put my phone down, just rest it down, continue to listen to it, or a how-to or some tech podcast or something, right? While the screen is on, and then you can obviously turn it off and it still works, but sometimes I'll just set my phone down and forget. I'm getting 10 hours of screen on time. And if I really tried, I could squeeze almost 2 days of life out of this thing. I've seen tech reviewers say, yeah, the battery life's not that good. It's about the same as last year. I'm like, what? Are you sure? What phone? Are you sure you're using the Pixel 8 Pro? Because I'm getting the best battery life I've ever gotten on my life on this device. Now I don't have the Pixel 8 to test out, but the Pro, is phenomenal. So I'm not sure what other people are doing, but my wife's phone has been getting really good battery life too. I don't think she's hitting 10 hours, but she's hit 9 hours. So we're both of our phones in the home are getting well over 9 hours of screen on time per day, and mine's hit 10. So best battery life I've ever gotten on any device. Very good power efficient device. I would recommend it. If you're always anal, if you're worried about battery life, or if you go out of the home a lot and you're always worried about where your battery's at, trust me, this device will save you a lot of worry. I can promise you that. So it doesn't really say. Okay, so the iPhone 14 Pro Max and Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, both require at least 4 watts of power to reach 960 nits. And the Pixel 8 Pro only needs 3, so it's much more power efficient. And that goes to the goes to tell you how efficient and power efficient the Tensor G3 chip is. Right? We've said on here and tested it. It's not the most powerful chip you're going to find in a mobile device, but it's geared towards machine learning, AI, and good battery life. It's very power efficient. Now, you could play any game you want. There's no issues there. It's not going to wow you on these benchmark tests. And again, don't always look at the benchmark tests. We test them just because that's what y'all want to see. But I don't judge my device and how well they perform just off benchmarks. Right? It's super fast, super fluid, no hiccups. And it gets good battery life. And I haven't had any app crashes, nothing wrong, no stutters, nothing. It's been a perfect, wonderful experience. I recommend it to everybody. You cannot go wrong with this Pixel 8 Pro. Let's see. Pixel 8 Pro is using the Super Actual display, and it's actually a Samsung E7 AMOLED LTPO display. Potentially the first to use on a smartphone. Wow, interesting. So this is a brand new display, meaning not the glass, that's a Gorilla Glass Victus 2, not the glass part you touch, but the actual colors, what you're looking at. That's manufactured by Samsung, and they're saying it's a brand new display. Samsung's never even put in any foam. This is the very first device they've used this display in. I can guarantee you they're going to put this E7 Samsung AMOLED display in the new S24 series, because it's getting really good performance out here. Not only in testing, but in real life usage. So I guarantee you they're going to use this on their new S24 series. And again, the new S24 series are supposed to be capable of reaching 2500 nits, so just a little over what the Pixels are using. So they're going to want power efficiency for good battery life. And the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is going to get very good battery life. I can guarantee you it's more powerful yet more efficient. So we should see really good battery life on these S24 series, especially the Ultra. We all know that they're going to get bigger batteries on the S24s across the board. They're going to get better screens. They're going to get better power efficient screens, better power efficient CPUs, and again, bigger batteries. So the battery life, I think, on these S24 series are just going to be awesome. So we finally hit the stage where you're really starting to see good battery life in mobile devices. We've been stuck on this hill where you only get 4 to 5 hours of screen on time, and that's about it. We're stuck on that hill for I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 years. And now it looks like this one's getting 10. My wife's is getting 9. So it looks like, I guarantee you, the S24 Ultra, you're going to see 9 to 10 hours of screen on life. I can guarantee you that. So it looks like we are headed in a very good direction with these new Snapdragon processors and these new Samsung power efficient displays. So I do appreciate the time. I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to try to cap these right at around 30 minutes. So I think I've been going on for 45 minutes. God dang. So I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do, but I do appreciate you joining us for daily tech news. I'll see what cool stuff we got in for the future tomorrow, and we will call it a day. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel. We got tons of cool stuff on the way. Peace out.